So I'll count us down from 3, 2, 1. Let's hit start. Boom. All right, we're all back. So, let's sit up a little bit taller here to do our meditation and get ready for some yoga. So let's lengthen our spines and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or gaze gently in front of you. Let's take 3 centering breaths. So breathe in through the nose. Give me a long exhale. Feel the air as it exits your lips. All right, number 2, let's breathe in. Sit up a little bit taller. And then once again, long breath out. Controlled, relaxed. All right, last deep breath in. Breathe into the nose. And then really sink down, let your shoulders drop. And let's begin to relax our whole body. Relax your face, your jaw. As you continue to breathe, relax your throat and your neck. Let your shoulders sink down even more. Okay, down through your arms, down through your hands. Unclench your hands if they're tight. Loosen those up. And we'll make our way back to our chest and our belly. And then let's go down to the lower half of our body. So down to your glutes, through your hamstrings and your quads. Make our way down to our knees, shins. And as you're sitting cross-legged, notice how your shins touch your feet. And then how your feet touch your mat. Let's notice your whole body. And for the next minute or so, I just want you to notice how your whole body feels as you sit and breathe. Okay, always coming back to the breath. If you start noticing or thinking about other things, use your breath as coming back to center. All right, in this last 60 seconds or so, I want you to just sit here and do nothing at all. Don't focus on your breath, just sit and be. All right, let's take one last deep breath in and hold it at the top. And then I'll play the singing bowl and then we can exhale. So let's breathe out, open up our eyes. Let's start with one for our spines. So I'm going to turn counterclockwise, placing my right palm on my left knee and twisting my spine, turning my chin towards my left shoulder, looking back behind me. All right, and then let's exhale and come back to the center, and let's get the other direction. Oh, so left palm is pressed into my right knee, right palm is pressed into the ground behind me, twisting. All right, let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's go back to center. And then let's get one for our sides. Let's reach both arms up. Oh, okay, really plug your fingertips up towards your ceiling. And I'm going to start at my right. So planting my right palm on my mat, reaching my left arm over my body, keeping my left sit bone planted on the mat. Ooh. And feel that stretch go all the way down the left side. Okay, an active reach, constantly reach with those left fingertips. And then we'll return that right hand back up to the top and bring the left hand down. Oh my goodness. Okay, reach. Oh. Okay, give me one last reach with the right hand. And then we'll bring the left arm back up. Then bring the hands back to center. All right, let's get our cobbler pose. Ugh. I'm gonna bring the soles of my feet together in front of me. Pull my heels in gently towards my soft tissue. And then lean forward as we let the knees drop down to the mat. Okay, bending like a hinge. Feeling our inner thighs. All right, let's round out our backs and reach our fingertips on the ground in front of us. I'm gonna crawl with my fingertips. Okay, pretending we're crawling towards each other with our fingers. Ooh. All right, we can sit back up. Let's do some 90-90s or some knee drops, however you want to think about that. Yeah, you can go at your own pace, but I'll call it out if you just want something to stay with. So I'm down to the right. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna shift over to the left. Ooh. And back to the right. Ooh. Okay, and then to the left. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna do 3 times each side, so this is the last time on just the right. Rounding it out with last time to the left before we stand. All right, let's bring our knees up and let's stand up and get my favorite hamstring stretch. Okay, nice, super wide stance, toes facing forward. Let's reach up as we groan, and then exhale and swan dive down.
Okay, you can either rest your fingertips on the ground or palms on the ground, legs are straight. Look back behind you. Ooh, feel those hamstrings open up. And then let's fold our forearms if you haven't already. Okay, resting your forehead on your forearms and rocking side to side. Oh my goodness. Ooh, yeah. All right, let's plant that right palm on the floor and then rotate that left arm up to the ceiling, opening up our chest. Okay, really push into the ground with the right palm of those right fingertips. And then reach up for the ceiling with the left fingertips. And continue to breathe. And then we'll gently drop the left arm back down and swap palms so that left palm is on the mat. Now the right fingertips are reaching up for the ceiling. And then on your next exhale, let's drop the right arm back down. Ooh, we're just gonna hang out here for a few moments. If you want to push your torso towards the back of the room, feel free to do so. Still feeling those hamstrings open up. I know I need it. All right, we're gonna let our arms and our head dangle. We're gonna do our slow 10 count to straighten back up. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna bring my legs back together so we can do our next stretch. So let's do our chicken wing on the right. Okay, grabbing our left wrist behind us. Let's drop our head down. Oh. And let's gently tilt our heads back as we look up. Oh. Let's rotate the head forward and look down at the ground. All right, then we'll turn the head back to neutral. Then back to center. Then we're going to switch sides. So let's grab the right wrist behind our back and drop our head to the left. Ooh, really feel the stretch in your neck. Ooh, take it all in. Okay, let's rotate the head and look down. And then tilting our head back as we look up. All right. Turn the head back to the neutral position, and then back up top. All right, let's get our shoulders and our triceps. So right arm across the top of our chest. You can either pull on that elbow or left hand across the right shoulder, whichever works best for you. Oh my goodness. JD's swim set yesterday really got us all. All right, switch arms. Feels like everyone who got out of the pool said, oof, that was hard. Myself included. All right, let's switch arms. Let's get the right arm behind the head, pulling that right elbow. Oh. And then switch sides. Let's pull on the left. And stay there for a moment. I'm gonna switch on my third light. Oh, just to get a little more light.
All right, let's release. Let's get a split leg hamstring stretch. We're trying to the left side of our body. I'm going to start with my left leg in front, left toes facing forward, heels are in line. And then let's reach our arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, swan dive over the straight left leg. Remember to drive the right hip towards the left ankle. Okay, keeping that left leg straight. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Love me a good hamstring stretch. All right, and then 3, 2, 1. Let's bend the left knee and gently come up. And then I'm just going to rotate 180 degrees. So my right leg is in front, reaching the arms back up top. And then let's swan dive over the straight right leg. Ugh. All right, let's remember to drive the left hip forward, squaring up those hips. Ooh. Okay, no exit in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna bend that right knee and come on up. Ooh, and then we're gonna do Malasana since we're still standing. So medium width with our feet, toes facing out. Bring my hands to heart center to start if that's comfortable. And then just lower yourself down to the mat. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Lots of oh my goodness today. It's because I rode in the rain. I'm gonna blame the rain. My fenders do work though, so there's that.
Yeah.
Fender's good. Rain bad. I counted the amount of people I saw on bikes on Saturday. It was 9. It was an all-time low for Saturday. Anywho, hands returning to the legs, supporting myself as I come up. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, all right. So let's get our moving option. So I'm going to come to the front of my mat, feet and legs together. Let's stand up nice and tall. Ooh, let's do a standing side stretch. That's what I need. All right. Reach up to the ceiling. Really reach your fingertips towards the ceiling, or we're going to do a side stretch. So drop the left arm down to the left side. Kick out your right hip. Right arm is reaching overhead, over your head, towards the left-hand corner of the room. Okay, turn your chin in towards the right elbow and look up. And active stretch, active reach. And then we're going to bring the left arm up to the top and drop the right arm down, kicking out the left hip, turning the chin up towards the left elbow. Then we're going to bring that right arm up to the top. Since we're already in position, let's swan dive forward all the way down. Here our shoulders crack. Up to flat back. Okay, we're going to round out our backs and then reverse swan dive. Okay, next warm up. Okay, swan dive all the way down, get a little bit lower. Up to flat back.
And then rounding out the back, reverse swan dive until your hands are at the top. And then let's begin. Swan dive all the way down, up to flat back, resting the hands on the knees or the shins. And then as you breathe out here, round out your back and plant both palms in the mat as you step back into plank. And then let's chaturanga down and come into upward dog. Press the floor away with the palms. Okay, back to plank. Add a push up here if you like. And into downward dog. Fingertips are spread evenly. We're trying to reach down to the mat with our heels. Legs are straight. Feel those calves. And as usual, we're going to hit each calf individually. So let's bend the left knee and drive that right heel down. And swap sides. Okay, back to the right. Over to the left for a second time. And we're gonna straighten both legs. We're at a sun salutation. So step your feet towards your hands. Take your time. And then feet are together. And then reverse swan dive. And they're at the top. And then we're gonna swan dive back down. Say hello to our lower backs. Ooh. Up to flat back. Let's exhale around at the back, planting both palms. Let's step back to plank. We're going to chaturanga down to upward dog. Ooh, feel the front of your body. Back to plank. Push up here. And we're back in downward dog. Really push the floor away with your arms. All right, let's get ready for our crescent pose. So feet together. Let's float that right leg up into the air. And then swing that right leg through and plant it in front. And come into crescent pose. So bring your arms and torso up. And that left heel is reaching for the mat. Your front knee is tracking over your front ankle. Ooh. And then bring your hands together at heart center. And let's enter prayer twist on the right. And we're pressing the left elbow into the right knee. Our hands are pressed together. And the right elbow is facing the ceiling. And we're breathing, holding pose. All right, let's exit prayer twist and return to crescent pose. Really reach for the ceiling with those hands, those fingers. And then bring everything back down. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into upward dog. Let's add a sun salutation. So back to plank and then step the feet towards the hands. Reverse swan dive. Hands at the top. And we're going to swan dive back down. Ooh. Up to flat back. Let's round out the back, plant both palms. We're stepping back to plank. My knees are cracking. Okay, chaturanga down into upward dog. Back to plank, push up if you'd like. And we're back in our downward dog. And we're going to hit our left side with the crescent pose for a twist variation. So feet together. Let's float the left leg up into the air. And swing the left leg through. Land it in front. And bring your arms and torso up. Ooh. Okay, really settle into the pose. Feel that right hip stretch out. And then bring your hands to heart center and
enter rear twist on the left. Okay, remember, hands are pressed together. We're looking at a stationary point in the room around you. And then we'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Let's return to crescent pose. And let's bring the arms and torso back down to the ground. Plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Let's step the feet towards the hands for our sun salutation. And then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Ooh. Swan dive all the way back down. Up to flat back. And then as you breathe out, round at the back, plant both palms, stepping back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Oh my goodness. Back to plank, push up here, and into downward dog once again. And let's do a warrior sequence with a knee to nose touch, just for fun. So feet together, float the right leg up into the air, and bring your right knee to your right nose or to your nose. If you can touch, great. If not, all good. Let's do it one more time. So bring the right leg up into the air, and then knee to nose. Last time with the leg up into the air, and then swing your right leg through and plant it in front, and come to warrior one on the right. Okay, drop that left heel down to the mat. Arms are reaching evenly towards the ceiling. And then let's bring the arms forward and back for warrior two. Palms and arms are parallel to the ground. Ooh. And then let's dip back into reverse warrior. So left hand is on the left leg. Right fingertips are reaching behind us. And then back to warrior two. All right, let's do our triangle pose. So reach forward with your right fingertips. You can reach no further. And then drop that right hand or right fingertips down to the ground. Okay, turn the chin and look up. Oh, oh. All right, we're on a pretzel variation this week. So drop that left arm behind your back if that's an option for you. And then, ooh, fingertips are barely touching today. Let's see if you can rotate the left shoulder and open up your chest a little bit more. We'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those fingertips. Return that right hand to the ground. Left arm is back up. And then we'll pop back up into warrior two. Oh. And then reverse warrior. Okay, back to warrior two. And then let's swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as your arms and torso come down, that back heel comes up, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank. Let's step the feet towards the hands for a sun salutation, and then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. And let's exhale, bring the palms back down the mat, stepping back to plank. And let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. Back to plank, push up here if you like, and into downward dog.
And then we're going to repeat with the left leg with the knee to nose variation. So feet together. Let's float that left leg up into the air. Let's bring the knee to nose. And then back up top. Knee to nose. Last time up. And then swing that left leg forward, plant it in front. We'll come into warrior one on this side. Okay, settle with your breath. Settle the whole body. All right, and then let's twist into warrior two. Arms front and back. Make sure the palms are parallel with the ground. Turn the chin and look forward. All right, let's rotate back into reverse warrior. Ooh. Then back to warrior two. All right, and then let's reach to the front of the room with those left fingertips. Reach, 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 reach. And then drop left palm down or left fingertips down. Ooh. Turn the chin and look up. Mentally getting ready for the pretzel. All right, let's do it. Let's drop that right arm behind your lower back. Left arm reaches underneath the left leg. And we make contact. The eagle has landed. Okay, remember to breathe. We'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Release those hands. Left hand returns to the ground. Right fingertips are reaching up for the ceiling. And then let's pop back into warrior two. I know that left quad's on fire. Mine is. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Let's swing that right arm forward up for warrior one. And then let's bring the arms and torso back down, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. All right, back to plank. Push up here if you like. And into downward dog. Okay. Let's feel those calves. Let's watch the rest of your housemates eat breakfast or smile at you in a creepy way. That's okay. All right, let's get ready for chair pose. So let's step the feet towards our hands. Once you bring your feet together, drop your bottom down, arms come up. Okay, palms facing one another, arms are parallel. And give me a straight line from your glutes all the way to your fingertips. All right, and then let's straighten up our bodies, keeping the arms straight, and rotate, or not rotate, let's bring the heels off the ground. Really reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. Okay, feeling those calves work out. Woo! Yeah, work my balance. And as you gently exhale, let's bring the heels down. Bring the palms to heart center, and let's do twisting chair pose on the left. Right. Bending at the knee. Right elbows pressed into the left knee. Okay, if you notice that your bottom's up in the air, so you can bend a little bit lower. And continue to breathe. Very nice. Let's bring the hands back to center. Let's straighten up our bodies for a second time as we rotate onto the balls of our feet and our toes. Ooh. Okay, so you can do an active stretch here. So constantly see if you can fight for those millimeters towards the ceiling. Low calves. Ooh, nearly lost my balance. And then we'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Heels back down, hands to center. And then let's hit that twisting chair pose on the right. Ooh. All righty, let's come back to center. So last time reaching up for the ceiling here. As we get off those heels. Reach, 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 reach. All right, and then exhale, bring the hands to center. And I'm gonna grab a water, so give me a minute or so. All right, thank you for waiting. Oh, shall we do tree pose? I know you're sitting, Megan. We'll tree pose and then we'll sit. Oh. All right, let's do our left leg first. So let's get 90%, 98% of our weight in our left leg. Oh, let's get the right foot into place. Oh my goodness. Whew. Add the arms as needed, wherever is comfortable for you. Every time I do the tree, I think of Jeff Farrell. I don't know if you remember him, but he always did the Karate Kid. It's his balance. Longest running constant member of GGTC. Anywho, I'm going to exit right foot. I'm going to shake out my left foot, left ankle. All right, let's check the balance of my right foot. Ugh. Getting the left foot into place. Adding the arms. Ugh. Ooh. We'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's mostly back. It's not as good as the left, but it's mostly back. Take it. And it's been mostly back for a while now, but it's not what it once was. C'est la vie. All right, let's do our table. God, I love table. I love stretching. Oh. Oh. So press your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Oh, it's a sad time of year when the street lights are still on while I'm doing yoga. I don't like that. Okay, we're pressing our pelvis up.
while we're pressing the soles of our feet and the palms of our hand down. Uh, all right, and then gently lower yourself back down. Don't crash, as I have to remind myself. Let's keep the lower half of our body there. We're going to do bridge. All right, I'm ready for bridge. So roll onto your shoulders, press your feet into the mat, press your hips back up to the ceiling. If you notice your knees are bowing up to the side, keep them shoulder distance. Say goodbye to your housemates as they leave. Goodbye, housemates.
Goodbye, Joseph.
All right, let's return our bottoms down to the mat. Love it when they say goodbye back, not just ignore you. All right, let's do thread the needle for our glutes. So I'm going to start by bringing my right ankle onto my left quad or my left knee. Let's grab the left leg in, left shin in. Let's stretch out right glute. So let's breathe into the nose. Breathe a long breath out, relax the body, breathe into the right glute. Okay, 2 more breaths. Breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. All right, last time on this side, breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Oh my goodness. All right, release that left leg. Let's get the left ankle onto the right quad and hold on the right shin. Let's repeat those 3 breaths. Oh my goodness. Hello, left glute. So breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Number 2, let's breathe in. And then a long, controlled breath out. And really feel the air as it exits your lips. Feel the stretch get deeper. And last time, breathe in. Then long breath out. And then you can release that right shin. We're staying on our backs for happy baby, but bring both legs up into the air. All right, let's grab the outside parts of our feet and pulling in the knees towards our underarms. And then rock gently side to side. And notice how your spine feels against your mat. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to do a supine twist next. So let's release the feet and drop the legs back down to the ground. Ugh. All right, I'm going to start by pulling in my right knee. Oh my goodness. Hey, my ride really messed me up on Saturday. What happened? Ugh. All right, let's bring the right leg over to the left side of our body and extend out our right arm to the right. And we're looking towards the right. We're twisting that whole spine. And every time you breathe out, so you can twist a little bit further, add a few more degrees. Very good.
All right, let's bring the right leg back over. I want to hug in the left knee to start. Join the little stretch there. Okay. And let's bring the left knee over to the right side of our body. The left arm extends out to the left. There's much groaning today. Oh. Oof. Let's do one more deep breath on this side because I definitely need it. So let's breathe into the nose. And long breath out. Oh. Okay. Let's bring that left leg back over. Then we're gonna sit up. We're gonna do a cat cow. So I'm gonna roll up my mat. Cushion for my knees. Okay, so we're on all fours. Untuck the toes. Let's do 5 breath cycles here. So breathe in and bring your head and bottom up. As you breathe out, reverse direction. Press your spine up towards the ceiling. Okay. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Okay. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, head back down. 2 more. Inhale, head up. And then exhale, head back down. Okay, last one. Inhale, head up, press your chest down towards the ground. And the last one here, really push into the floor with those palms as you round out your back. Oh. All right, and then come into a neutral position and keep the right leg where it is. We're going to bring our torso up and plant our left foot in front of us. Let's get a hip stretch. So rotate the hip forward. You can add the right arm as needed. Oh my goodness. And feel the stretch in your right hip. Okay, remember active stretch. Constantly push, stretching out as far as feels good. Okay, we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I'm going to drop my right arm and switch knees. So left knee is on the mat. Right leg or right foot is planted in front. And we're rotating forward, adding the arm. Oh. Oof. There it is. All right. And then we're still stretching. And then we'll count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dropping the left arm down. All right, let's do a pigeon pose. So I'm going to unravel my mat. Hopefully this doesn't smell too much like cat poop. Returning to our push-up position. Let's bring the right leg forward. Untucking the back toes. Settling in. Ugh. Hmm. And we're gonna hold this for another, I don't know, 35 seconds or so. So really find the position that works. And just continue stretching out. Ugh. Another 10 seconds. Keep holding it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's plant our palms in front of us and bring your torso up. And let's reach back behind us with our left arm. Let's pull in the left heel, adding the quad stretch. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I think I focused too much on hamstrings and not enough on quads. All right, let's release the left foot back down. Let the palms, return the right foot back to plank, and then we're going to bring the left leg forward, untuck the right toes, and then settling in on this side. Ooh. All right, we're gonna hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's plant both palms in front of us. Bring our torsos up. Let's grab or reach for the right foot, pulling the right heel in. Ooh. Okay. Let's hold it for there. 3, 2, 1. Releasing. And let's get one more hamstring stretch. So have a seat with your legs in front. Oh, I'm going to start with my left leg. Bringing my right heel towards my soft tissue. We're going to flex the foot so the toes are facing the ceiling. Arms up top. And then exhale over the straight left leg. Okay. Last major stretch before we do our closing sequence. Ooh. And pretend like you're trying to bring the top of your head towards your left toes. Ooh. All right, let's release the left side. Take your time getting there. Right leg is out in front. Bringing in the left heel towards your soft tissue. Arms are back up top. Then let's exhale over the straight right leg. And we're loving that right hamstring. Or not. Ooh. Okay. Let's stretch it out for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that stretch, but keeping the right leg where it is. Let's get both legs together. Just round it out. Oh. All right. All the toes are facing the ceiling. Arms are up top, and then we're reaching forward, keeping the back of the knees on the mat. Okay, if the toes feel not as challenging as it could be, slide the fingers towards your heels. It's more of a diagonal angle. Ooh. All right. Now let's release that and then enter our closing sequence. Ugh. So let's do a child's pose. So let's start by sitting on our heels. Knees are about as wide as the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the arms forwards. Forearms are resting on the mat. Resting your forehead or your temple on the mat. Just thanking your body for everything you did already. Maybe everything you did over the weekend. Relaxing the breath further. Okay. Let's take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, come forward out of child's pose. Rotate onto your back. Okay, really taking our time now. All right, our favorite corpse pose, the full body destroyer, shavasana, whatever you want to call it. But arms are at your sides. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Just do a body scan as you lie here and breathe. And we'll go for 60 seconds, and I'll say a word starting 3, 2, 1. All right, that was roughly 60 seconds. You keep your eyes closed. Let's reach the arms above us and do a morning stretch. Ooh, I even got an actual yawn. Didn't have to fake that one. I'm wriggling side to side. Oof. 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 Maybe arch the back. Let's roll on to one of your sides and rest your head right on your hands. And just take a moment or two for yourself. Ooh. And when you're ready, whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor, leading with shoulder. Oh, push yourself back up. Returning to cross-legged position. Okay, returning where we started from. All right, so lengthen your spines once again.
And let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, number 2, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last time, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to heart center and repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's lower our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Watch, Gordon.
Today was a good day to be muted. Lots of groaning.
I think next week we should all unmute so I don't have to groan alone.
Yeah, there was a lot of groaning going on.
Not sure if it was how hard I worked last week or how many yogas I missed because of traveling, but it was much needed. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good start to your week, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye.